Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to the Sheldon Road Church Sunday Supplement. This week I've come down the road, through a gate and into a field of sheep. Why is that, you ask? Well, it's because this week our minister, Andrew Bird, is going to talk about when Jesus said, "I am the gate and I am the good shepherd."
Welcome everybody to the neighborhood. Today we're at a farm, or at least a field, and full of sheep, because the message today is a study on Jesus is saying, "I am the good shepherd." So we obviously need to be by sheep, and as you can see, behind me there are loads of sheep. I've got the team who look after the sheep today, one of those being Grace. And she is going to read to us from a passage from Scripture. Then we're going to chat about it and see what it's all about and try to understand what Jesus was saying. So, over to Grace, who's going to start with John chapter 10.
Very truly, I tell you, Pharisees, anyone who does not enter the sheep pen by the gate, but climbs into some other way, is a thief or a robber. The other one who enters by the gate is a shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep listen to his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought all his own, he goes ahead of them, and the sheep follow him because they know his voice. But they will never follow a stranger. In fact, they will run away from him because they do not recognize a stranger's voice. Jesus uses this figure of speech, but the Pharisees do not understand what he was telling them. Therefore, Jesus said, "Very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who have come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. They will come into and go out and find pasture. The thief comes to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it on the full. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep."
Excellent, well read, very good. So this farm is right next to the motorway, so you might see the cars zipping by behind. But I'm just going to say to the farming team, can we have some food around the front so we can see the sheep on camera? Chuck some food there, yeah. Come on, let's see some of these sheep. Oh, hang on, Jack, hang on. Whoa. Okay, where's these sheep? Can I just interview a sheep a minute? No, hello? Oh, they're gone. They're gone. Never work with sheep. They will? Okay, righto. Let's focus. You look very important there. So this is Grace, this is Sarah, this is Monica, this is me. I tell you what, Grace, if you hold this, and I'll hold this, because then I might have a bit of an idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right? So that's got to be near people's mouths, and we have to speak up. First question. Jesus describes himself as a good shepherd. What are the qualities of a good shepherd?
Well, you need to look after your sheep and care for them. You have to make sure that they've got somewhere safe to live. You need to make sure they've got food and water, and that you just keep an eye on them to make sure that they're healthy.
Okay, so if we flip that, what do you think Jesus is saying that he provides for us then? If he's our good shepherd, what's he doing? What's going on?
I think that Jesus is saying that he's going to look after us, and he's going to lead us, and he's going to take care of our needs, just like we do for the sheep.
Excellent. That's really encouraging news, isn't it? To think that Jesus is keeping an eye on us. And that kind of really leads well into the next question I've got, because it says that Jesus knows the voice, he knows each one of us, he knows us personally. But all these sheep to me look the same. They all look white and fluffy. So can you know the names? Can you get to know these sheep? Can you tell?
Yes. Yeah, because all the sheep actually look a tiny bit different. And I guess like all humans, we've all got 2 ears, 2 eyes, a nose and a mouth. So in effect, we're all the same, but we all look slightly different. And it's a bit like that with the sheep. But they've also got their own characters. Some of them are very shy. Some of them are very greedy and always come around when you've got food. But they also do recognise your voice. When you're coming down towards the field, if you hear you talking, they all come up to the gates because they know that you're coming to see them.
Is that right? So, that's fantastic, because it says in here that the sheep know the voice of the shepherd. And if I flip that, that's suggesting to me that Jesus knows us individually and he wants us to get to know him because he speaks to us. And so Monica, if I pull you into this, have you had an experience where you've sensed God giving you some direction, speaking to you? Because in this passage, there is 5 times that Jesus says, my sheep hear my voice. So Jesus must be speaking. How's that happening? Shall I hold that one there?
Yeah, so I think that
Nice
all
and
of us kind of wonder whether we do hear Jesus's voice, and we always feel, yes, I think that's Jesus, but or is that me? And I think when we start to speak to Jesus and we read his word, we get to know him. And the more we spend time with Jesus in the word and in fellowship with other people and listening to their stories about how Jesus is working in their lives, we get to know him better. And when we get to know him better, then we do become a bit more sensitive and we recognize his voice. So have I heard that recently? Yes, I've heard that recently. I've heard it in, Monica, don't go to work because you've got a cold, and don't worry about that workshop. I'll take care of it. And then getting an email and that workshop has been postponed and it's in the month ahead. And those sort of little nudges are definitely for me signs that I do recognise Jesus' voice, and I need to follow him because he does know what's best for me.
Thank you for sharing that, Monica. It says in here also in my reading that Jesus talks about a sheep pen. And I don't know what a sheep pen is really. What is the point of a sheep pen?
Well, it's obviously a place where you can keep the sheep safe. I think here in Chippenham in 2021, there aren't perhaps lots of wolves and bears that might want to attack the sheep. But obviously in Jesus' time, a sheep pen was really important because that was where the shepherd kept his sheep to keep them safe and protect them. I mean, the sheep here, they live in a field and it's securely fenced, so they can't get out. Like I said, I don't think we have any predators here, but it's a place of safety, somewhere where the sheep can be and they feel safe.
Okay. So if we flip that then, how is Jesus keeping us safe in that way? What's going on today, living in Chippenham, or in our lives, that way Jesus is keeping us safe? How can that be? That's a big question, isn't it? That looks like that you're thinking, what do you reckon to that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point, because even that's a good point, because the Pharisees, they're listening to him speaking and they go, I'm not really getting what you're saying. Any ideas, shepherdess?
I think that Jesus is keeping us safe. He wants to surround us, not necessarily with a fence or a pen, but I think he wants to surround us with his love. And if we're surrounded by that and we listen to him when he talks, I think that can keep us safe.
There you go. So that's one really important area, that God's protection, his love. Can you think of anything else?
Yeah, so I think about, through COVID, a lot of us have been alone. We've had all sorts of things happen to us. And I think just reading his word oftentimes just gives us the peace. Maybe some of our mental health depends on that. It encourages us, gives us hope. And I think that keeps us safe, because if we don't have that, well, then what would we be like? So I think that's another way of thinking how Jesus keeps us safe in our hearts and in our minds, so that we can act out that love towards other people. So I think that's another way.
And another way I was thinking of is like a shepherd guides the sheep into the sheep pen, and then he protects them there. It's sort of that he gives us guidance and direction in life so that we don't stuff up, so that we don't cross the motorways and get run over. And if we follow his direction, because he's our maker, he's our guide, he's our shepherd. The shepherd keeps you safe. If you're not being a good shepherd, you're not being a good shepherd if you let your sheep run onto the motorway. Bad move. So I think God works like that for us, and we have to be attentive to say, okay, in this situation, what should I do? When I've got exams, what should I go for? If I've got a job, how should I be in that job? How do I behave in my lessons? All that kind of stuff gives us help to keep us safe. And when we know his love, then it encourages us to know, okay, he's got our back. And in this reading, it says, not only is he protecting us, but at the end of it, in the verse, the key verse, which is, wait for the verse number, verse 11, where he says, I am the good shepherd. And he says, the good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. So he's willing to sacrifice himself for us. And Jesus did that. He gave his life for each one of us so that we could know him in a personal and real way. So that we could have that deep relationship where we're in conversation with him through prayer, when we're listening to him, getting the nudges and the guidance for life, so that he's with us, shepherding us, not just through life now, but into eternity. And he'll never let us go. He'll never let us down. And maybe if you haven't yet committed yourself to the Jesus way, maybe today's your day when you say, Jesus, I want you to come into my life, be my shepherd, guide me into the future. I'm going to trust you with my life and follow your leading. And may that be true for you as you follow Jesus into the week, as your week goes on. And may you see some nudges as to what God, the Good Shepherd, is doing. So here we are in this wonderful location with these wonderful shepherdesses and all their great sheep. And I'm just going to step out of the way just so you can see the sheep a bit more. Look at them all. Oh, there's one here. Hello. Do you know, every time I start talking to them, they run off. Yeah, can you just move it, camera woman? Over that way. Yeah, there they go. Look at that. It makes me want to have sheep. And maybe also a little bit, like I really fancy roast lamb tomorrow. I don't know why that is. With a bit of mint sauce, one of my favourites. Anyway, on that disturbing note,
we need to go.
I think we need to go. I think they've had enough. I need to keep people safe. Okay. God bless you. Let's give them a wave, everybody. Yo! From the shepherds. God bless.
God bless. Hi everyone. I'm standing here with Grace, and I've just discovered that Grace has a little hobby that she does, and I'm very curious, and I've got a few questions for her. So Grace, you've just explained to me that you hatch eggs. What does that mean?
So I have an incubator, and then I put fertilised eggs in there, and then I get chicks.
So where do you get these fertilised eggs from?
You can just buy them online, and yeah, they're quite cheap, so that's good.
Oh my goodness. And so they hatch, and then what do you do with them next? I mean, it must be amazing to watch these little eggs break and these little chicks come through. But what do you do with them?
So I'll keep them for a couple of weeks and just cuddle them because they're cute, and then I'll sell them on to people who want chickens, who have farms and want some chickens or stuff like that.
And is it just chickens, or have you tried other birds as well?
I've tried other birds. I did some guinea fowl, which were really fun, and yeah.
Oh, that sounds incredible. So then you sell them, and then when do you actually hatch these eggs?
Springtime, summertime. It's just a bit cold in the winter for them, but yeah.
And I'd just like to know from a chick's mother's perspective, is it a lot of work?
Not really, because you just give them food and water, and then that's all you need.
That's amazing. I'm so excited. I feel that's a new bird project for the bird family. So Grace, we're looking to you, and we're really excited about this. So thanks for sharing. That's amazing.
changing all my ugliness. Oh Lord, I receive your love. Oh Lord, I receive your love. I receive your love. Such love, pure as the whitest snow. Such love weeps for the shame I know. Such love, paying the debt I owe. Oh Jesus, such love. Such love, stilling my restlessness. Such love, filling my emptiness. Such love, showing me holiness. Oh Jesus, such love. Oh Jesus, such Such love springs from eternity. Such love streaming through history. Such love, fountain of life to me. Oh Jesus, such love. Oh Jesus, such love.
Dear Lord, we praise you because you are God and creator of the whole universe, as well as being our lovely Heavenly Father. Thank you for your loving care, for providing us with so much. Your presence comforts us, guides, inspires, and challenges us. You give our lives meaning and purpose, and you bless us with the promise of being with you in your heavenly kingdom one day. Please forgive us for shutting you out of our lives, for continuing on in our own sweet way, and for ignoring you. Please forgive us for blaming others or even you when we get ourselves into a muddle. Please forgive us for causing disagreements when we are being self-centred, fearful and unkind. Thank you for your precious forgiveness, for welcoming us back to you with open arms, and for entrusting us with work that we can do to introduce you to others who are struggling and who need a special experience of your love. Help us to be aware of your presence with us this week, Lord, to know that we are not alone and that we can rely on you to give us the strength we need. Please remind us to ask for your help in the middle of everything that's happening around us, and bless us with your presence. Amen.
Well, I hope you're enjoying our I Am series. Next week, Sarah will be looking at I Am the Resurrection and the Life. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and press the bell for alerts. Have a good week. God bless.